What's up, guys? So, I wanted to get you here to talk about what is going on in the market today because there's a lot of stuff going on, and I know that a lot of people are talking about GameStop, and there's a bunch of other stuff going on. A lot of stocks are down today. We see most of the stocks in my portfolio are down. I think Cordia is the only one that finished positive. Earlier this morning, I sold some Neo stock to pick up a position in. AMC because it's kind of on the same strategy that people are using to trade GameStop. GameStop was a $7 stock less than 6 months ago, and it closed at $350 today. So didn't get in on that opportunity. Everybody who did get in on that is stupid, stupid, stupid rich now. But everything's a learning lesson. So I want to, I saw that happen, and so my thesis behind that was that people were gonna look for that, just like how I wanted to look for that. And so you have AMC, you have BlackBerry, Bed Bath and Beyond. These are all stocks that were talked about on Wall Street Bets, which is a Reddit, a subreddit. Um, which is basically they're just basically a bunch of retail investors. Retail investors are investors who aren't involved with big corporations or hedge funds. Just a bunch of retail investors that saw an opportunity in GameStop as a largely shorted company. And so when you buy large volumes of shares, it causes the the hedge funds and the people who are shorting the stock. When you short a stock, you're basically saying that you are betting that the stock is going to go down, and so you reserve the right to buy it at a lower price, and so on and so forth. But when you buy in a large volume against a stock that is heavily shorted, it causes the shorts to buy back and cover their positions, which also causes the stock to rise. Plus, people are buying it in such heavy volumes already, it causes the stock to explode. And this is known as a short squeeze. What's going on now is like more of like a gamma squeeze. This is crazy. Just looking at it, I saw it go up to 70, and I'm like, well, that's crazy. It's probably gonna drop. Then it went up to like 150. I'm like, oh well, now it's way too expensive. Can't get in on it. And then it went up to $350, and that's all right because that's high risk, and with my investing goals, it wasn't that wasn't a risk that I was willing to take. And that's one of the tips that I want to leave with you guys is risk management. At the end of the day, it is all your own money that you're investing, so you have to develop and set a standard for the level of risk that you're willing to take, and really what your goal is and what level of risk you're comfortable with. Today, let's talk about AMC. So I saw the opportunity in AMC, and so I tried to buy in. So get this, I tried to buy in right when I wake up at 6:30. I think it was at like $13 a share, and I'm trying to log in on my phone because I just was laying in bed. I didn't want to go to my computer, and I can't log in on my phone. The app's not loading for some reason. So I'm like, okay, let me get on my computer. And then I placed a limit order on it at 13.50, and I think it went up to 14, and then it dropped back down to like 12, and I tried to buy market, and I clicked buy market, and it wouldn't let me buy market. So I'm thinking it's because there was such a heavy volume of shares probably being bought at that time, which is why it didn't go through for me. But long story short, I ended up getting it in at 15. It wasn't the price I really wanted to get into. It's kind of that 15 mark I saw as kind of the median between 10 and 20 where I thought it was kind of going to bounce. And so I get in, and it's early. I'm just watching the stock, and I see it goes up to 17. I'm like, oh great, we're up like $800. Nice. Mind you, the rest of my stocks are completely in the tank. That certain parts of today I was down like $2,500. But that's all right because we're in those positions long, and I'm willing to ride out those rails. But with AMC, I was watching it, and it dropped back down to 30. It went from 17 to 13, and then back up to 16 again, and then back down to 13 something. And I was just like, it was a lot of risk that I didn't necessarily want to take, especially that early in the morning, when my thoughts aren't completely cleared and I have a transparent, mindset, and I'm seeing things more clearly. So I ended up selling it, which I thought I sold it. I clicked sell market, and because it was trading in such high volumes today, it was impossible to get the live numbers from at least where I'm at. I'm sure other people were able to get like really, really, really live numbers, but because I mean, I think it was over 5 million, seven. I think it was. Let me see if I can look it up. I think it was over 7 million volume today. So, which is absolutely crazy. Bid ask volume, average volume. Yeah, so we hit oh no, what? I don't know. I can't see it on here. I could see it on my phone, but it ended up I sold it at $15.70. I tried to sell it at $16.30, and which would have been like $1 up from what I bought it at, $1 and some change. And I ended up only selling it for about 60 cents in profit. Well, 60 cents times 400 shares, so like 250 bucks in profit. And that was okay. But it went, I sold it right before I went into the gym, and then it went up to 19, which like right pre-close, and then I think it's down. Oh, see, no, it's still at night. It's almost at $20 right now. So yeah, it's going up after market for sure. It closed at 16.50, but I don't know. I might try to get back in, but I'm not sure if I want to, because now they're talking about maybe halting trading on GameStop, and then I think that might scare a lot of people. But there still might be an opportunity to make some money there, so I'm keeping very, very, very close attention on that. But that is what's going on in the market today. People are seeing what's happening to GameStop, and it's causing fear. People don't want their short positions targeted, but lots of money's being moved around. This is why we're having a down day, is because there's lots going on. There's a lot of catalysts, and there's lots of uncertainty, and nobody, to be honest with you, I don't think anybody really knows if they can predict what's going to happen anymore, or if they can, somehow not miss out on these opportunities like GameStop. I mean, like I said, I saw it at $7, and the reason I had seen it was because I forget what I was watching, but I had read that some hedge fund manager had put his overall of his seven portfolio was like 7% GameStop, and I was like, okay, GameStop, why? And then I looked into it, and I was like, it's good, and it went up to like $13, and I'm like, okay, that's modest gains. Almost, I mean, it almost doubled, so I guess it's not very modest, but to go up as much as it did from being $7, I really wish I would have at least had a little piece of that pie, but that's all right. Here's another tip. Like I said, it is your money. If there's a stock you truly believe in, and you ask people and they say, oh, no, 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 like it's not a good stock, go for it. If you really believe in it, it's your money. Gamble it. If people say, oh, that's just a gamble, then do it, roll the dice. I mean, I couldn't tell you how much money I would have made off of Tesla if I would have put as much money into it as I thought I should have without hearing advice from other people. But, it is what it is, I missed out on this. That's another $1,500. You make mistakes. These things are going to happen. But that's why the ultimate surefire way to make money in the stock market is long-term investing. Cannot preach that enough. Obviously, if you're trying to gain more experience, and I've been doing this for about 3 years. I've been investing for about 6 years, and I've been investing like very, very strategically for 3 years, and very, very, very strategically for the last year. Really turned my game up this year. But invest long if you're just getting into the stock market. Things like this can happen. I mean, AMC easily, I could have bought it at 15. It could have easily gone back down to $4, and now boom, you just lost $6,000 or whatever you put into it. You know what I mean? There's lots of risks with these things, but I'm optimistic. I think our portfolio is good. I think tomorrow is gonna really be an eye opener. I think we could possibly see AMC get short squeezed and run up another, maybe not 300%, but 200, 100, 200%. Yeah, it's up 300% on the day. That's crazy. It could. I sold some of my Neo and it went down, so it's possible that I might get back into Neo if the opportunity presents itself. If the opportunity presented itself in Cordia, I've maxed out my position there, but if it drops below 33 cents, then I could logistically buy more and rationalize it. So, I mean, I'm looking forward. I mean, COCP's back down. You know, it's not all ups in the stock market, and the quicker you learn to swallow that is the quicker you're going to actually start making money, and you're going to learn from your mistakes, and you're going to start seeing things in a different light. And, you know, I had told myself, you know, just ride out AMC to the end of the day and we'll sell it right before close. And I didn't do that. I panicked and I sold. So don't panic and sell. Just ride it out and trust in the companies. Winners are going to win, you know, and sometimes winners just keep winning. And that's why we pick good stocks and we invest in the long term. I think that's all I have for you guys. Another little piece of a little saying, uh, don't try and catch a falling knife, uh, is when, you know, a stock is dropping, you know, and you think, oh, the stock's going to tank, the stock's going to tank, I got to sell out. And then you sell out and then it shoots right back up, right? Because more experienced investors are looking at it as the stock is on sale, whereas you're looking at it as, oh, the stock's crumbling. See the two different point of views. So basically what don't try to catch a falling knife means is when your stock is dropping, but it's a winner, then you don't necessarily need to sell. You can just ride it out, because if you take your money, it might just cut you and make you miss out on a whole lot more. But with that being said, it really is never a bad idea to take money off the table, to take profits. If you've made double your money, take some off and then sell enough to where the stock or whatever you invested is paid for, you know? So like if you invested $1,000 and now it's worth $2,000, sell $1,000 worth and just let the $1,000 ride. There's never a bad time to take profit. Oh, there's bad times to take profit, but it's never a bad idea to take profit and lock in some of that money. I mean, there's so many opportunities in the stock market. You got to just find them. That's the hardest part, is doing the diligence and really trying to find these stocks that are going to do this. And, you know, I wish I would have known about Wall Street bets before, you know, the past like 2 weeks, and I'd heard about them a little bit, but, you know, it's like, I just wasn't really on that. I was just looking more at like what analysts were saying and what people around YouTube are saying, and like things like stock twits, like looking at what those people are saying, trying to get all the different perspectives, but I missed one and it cost me a lot of money. So not cost as in I lost, but cost as in I didn't make. And that's basically the same thing. So I am, as an investor, am trying to be more diligent every single day. I really am not a morning person, but I think I'm gonna just start getting up at 6:30 every day. It's something weird flex, but you know, my stocks have been good enough to where I can sleep until 10 and not have to worry about them. And sometimes it's better because sometimes you wake up at early in the morning and you're down like double what you'd probably end up being down if you didn't even look at it. But yeah, you know, it's an up and down game. I'm excited. There's a lot going on in the market. There's a lot going on in transitioning with the presidency, a lot going on with the stimulus. Are we going to get it? When would we get it? There's a lot going on that causes uncertainty. And I think there's a lot more retail investors in the market than we've seen in a long time. And certainly since I've been investing, and I think it could be a good thing if you can find the right spots. And that's what I'm going to leave you guys on. Make sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe. It really does help me out. And if you want to see me talk about anything else, then go ahead and leave that right in the comments. And I will catch you guys later.